I'm having so much trouble explaining this place because I love it so much. Welcome to the fourth video in my vacation series. In mid-July, my husband and I went on about a 20-plus day adventure around Southeast Asia. We went to Thailand, Cambodia, and Hong Kong. It was amazing. So hopefully by now you've seen my three-part Chiang Mai series. Chiang Mai was our very first stop on this crazy adventure we went on, and our second stop is what you're about to see. So we flew out from Chiang Mai very early in the morning, and we honestly a little bit hungover. We had just hung out with Allie and Scott. We had a few too many beers, but it's okay. We flew out super early from Chiang Mai to the Krabi airport because our destination was Koh Lanta, Thailand. Koh Lanta is an island. Koh means island, and then Lanta is the name of the island. Lanta is an island in southern Thailand. It's kind of got a similar look to Phuket, but it's not as populated or touristy. So that's why we chose it. This was the portion of our trip that was our makeup honeymoon completely. We stayed at a resort, we went swimming, we just relaxed, like we really didn't plan anything. It was super nice. So when we arrived in Krabi, I had arranged with our hotel for an airport pickup. We got picked up in a private car, and then we drove to the island, which was about, I think it was like an hour drive, and it included a ferry, which was really interesting to see. When we arrived at the resort, I realized I had booked one of the fanciest resorts on the island. It wasn't even that crazy expensive. It's called Rawi Warren, and I think we paid like $130 a night. We stayed for 4 nights. For us on our trip, that was total splurge, but it was our honeymoon. So we were like, whatever, we're doing the private villa, we're going all out. This is gonna be so fun. And it was. It was so much fun. I would live in Lanta, especially if I could live in a resort. So the very first day that we arrived, it was unfortunately raining, which was very depressing. And all we really did was eat lunch and dinner at the resort. We pretty much just kind of walked around the resort, hung out, relaxed, watched TV, and went to bed early. I know that sounds really boring. But the next day when we woke up, it was super, super beautiful. So we spent the day at the pool. Hello from freaking paradise. So as some of you know, Eric and I never took a honeymoon. So this is our private villa for our makeup honeymoon, and we are in Koh Lanta, Thailand, and it's a beautiful day today. We're here in the off season, so it is like technically monsoon time. So it can basically rain at any moment, but we woke up and it's just gorgeous. So we changed all our plans to just sit at the pool and swim. Unfortunately, we can't go in the ocean or the sea right now because the red flag is up, which means the currents are too strong for swimming. But yeah, we're chilling in paradise right now. It's gorgeous. Wasn't amazing, and we love Thai food. So after our day at the pool, and I think we had lunch by the pool also, like with a view of the ocean, we ventured out for an early dinner. So we went to Bobby Big Boys, which I realize is a really weird name, but this is probably the best restaurant on Lanta because it feels like you are eating on the porch in someone's home. Like, I don't know how to describe it exactly. I hope these video clips give you an idea. I mean, like, we got to know Bobby, we got to know his whole story, we felt super comfortable. As soon as we sat down, we were very welcomed. Prices were really good. They gave us like a discount. We met his dogs. It was just like, it was a really good experience. The food was excellent also. The pineapple fried rice is the bomb, and the mojitos are probably some of my favorite mojitos I've ever had in my life, and I like a mojito. The awesome thing about Bobby Big Boys is that while we were there, we met a group of 3 people who were all kind of around the same age as us from the US. And it was crazy because one of them, hi Taylor, he and I added each other on Facebook and realized we had a mutual friend because he's from the Bay Area. So we actually like had a mutual friend. We had both worked at Nordstrom before. It was really crazy. Him and his girlfriend were both living on the island and had been for several months doing dive lessons. They showed us the island in a way that we never would have seen, which is really cool. And they had a friend with them too. Hi Madison. So the gist of it is this became like our little group for the trip. So after we had like our fill at the resort, we were so excited to be able to like get out and hang out with people and see the island and kind of adventure out more than we would have without guides, basically. So this group already had scooters all lined up. They had like 2 or 3 scooters to like use between them. And scooters is in like mopeds or motorbikes, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. And we hadn't rented scooters yet when we met them. So the next day we went and rented scooters, and it was actually not very expensive. I think it was like $15 a day. They do take your passport temporarily, but we went to the places across from our hotel because that's what was recommended to us by the hotel, and it was totally legit, totally fine. So once we had scooters, things were a lot better on the island. I think you need to rent scooters to get around. The tuk-tuks are fine, like they work, but there's not that many people on the island. I think in the high season it's probably easier, but it was actually kind of hard to catch a tuk-tuk sometimes when you wanted it. And the island only has like one big road that goes around the whole thing and a couple that kind of like traverse the inside of the island. FYI, this is like a freaking jungle out here. We saw a monkey, well, actually I saw a couple monkeys. There was an elephant. I saw an iguana, like a wild lizard that was like, I don't know if it was an iguana, but it was like huge, like head to tail, like this big. It was pretty big. So it was fun to feel like I was like out in the wild, roughing it. I don't know, it was kind of cool. Even though we were out in the wild, we were like staying in a resort. So it's just like this perfect combination. And the island does have 7-Eleven. So you can bet your bottom dollar that we hit up those 7-Elevens. 7-Eleven in Asia is amazing, in case you didn't know. One of the first places we went on the bikes was a place called Rock Bar. And that was beautiful. Koh Lanta, the best part of Koh Lanta, the beach bars. The beach bars are incredible. Even if you don't drink, they're incredible. Some of them even have pools. Like you can show up, you can scooter to the freaking, I'm so excited. You can scooter to the beach bar. You can get your toes in the sand with a drink in your hand. Like how, oh, that rhymed. I feel like I'm writing a country song right now. Oh, it was just amazing. You can like go sit and have like a coconut shake, and you can be in your like a swimsuit and you can go in the water. You can go dip your toes in the ocean. It's incredible. Like the sunsets were freaking unreal. The atmosphere was unreal. I just like, it felt like paradise. That's it. I'm at a loss for words. I feel like I can't do Koh Lanta justice. Like I cannot explain how much I love Koh Lanta. I love this island. Like I want to go back immediately. I love it here. It's a really amazing place. I think the only truly expensive part of being on this island is getting out there from Krabi. So flying into the Krabi airport's not a big deal, but the actual transportation to the island can be kind of iffy. Like there is public transportation, but I couldn't really figure out online if it was like working in the off season. So anyways, the rest of our time in Koh Lanta was pretty much spent as a bike gang, which was one of my favorite things. I mean, this whole trip was like my favorite thing, but we went to like Old Town Koh Lanta, which was cool. It's very touristy. I think all of Koh Lanta is pretty, so you might as well see it all. It's not even that big of an island. You can do the whole thing in like, I don't know, 45 minutes. It's really, the weird part though is the big road that goes all the way around doesn't actually connect because it hits the national park, which we didn't even go to, and you can't like actually get around, so you kind of have to cut across. Scootering though, is so fun there. I freaking loved it. This was my favorite bar. Okay, I talked about Rock Bar, which is kind of up on this like peninsula area, but Freedom Bar is where it's at. Seriously though, I loved Freedom Bar. It was like this kind of like reggae, like beachy vibe. It's literally on the water. Like it's a beach bar. It's on the beach. You're like in a driftwood fort, like a big, really well-made driftwood fort, and you sit on cushions on the ground and everything is sandy and you have to take your shoes off to walk around. The drinks aren't the best. I just liked the atmosphere. I really did. It was incredible. It was so chilled out. The other cool thing, they do tattoos there. So this is actually where Eric and I got our tattoos. Eric got a tattoo, a pretty big one on his thigh, and he sat for, I don't know, 4 hours maybe more. And then I got a really tiny tattoo that I sat for like 5 minutes tops for, of just like a little ocean wave. I'm having so much trouble explaining this place because I love it so much. What you're about to see is literally the best sunset I've ever seen in my entire life. I've seen some pretty great sunsets, and I did say before in one of my Instagram posts that Arizona has the best sunsets. I'm sorry, Koh Lanta, southern Thailand has the best sunsets. It was incredible. It was like the whole sky was like multicolored and everything had like a pinkish tone to it. Just being barefoot and dirty all the time, but like going home to a really nice resort, which you'll see a room tour in a minute. It just the best. Some of you may have heard of like moon parties in southern Thailand. It's like kind of a chilled back, beachy, like get messed up and like dance party or whatever. I think Freedom Bar does these parties. We did go to a jungle party. Yeah, I went to a jungle party. There was a duck there. I feel like I can't organize my thoughts about Koh Lanta because it's so amazing. Anyways, the moon parties, they do exist. They are real. I know Koh Lanta has them. I know Freedom Bar has them. Other bars that have them also. So if you're looking for that kind of vibe, definitely you can find it. You kind of need to go in the high season though, or else there's not going to really be anyone there. If I do get to follow my dream of someday living temporarily in Koh Lanta and just going and, you know, chilling out, this is the first place that I would take my family if they came to visit, is this place called, I think it's called like Cliff House. It's just gorgeous. The views are stunning. I feel like stunning is such a like grown up, stunning, but like, I don't know how else to describe it. The sunsets, cliff views, the ocean, it's amazing. Like I said earlier, we got tattoos at Freedom Bar. This is a clip of Eric getting his tattoo. We got them done with the bamboo style of tattooing, where they basically attach a needle, like a sterile needle, onto a stick of bamboo, and then they like poke you with it over and over and like keep dipping in the ink and poking you. Eric and I, you know, on our honeymoon got tattooed together. And that's kind of how we ended our time in Koh Lanta. So I thought it was weirdly fitting for us as a couple. It hurt really bad. But I mean, all tattoos hurt really bad. The bamboo tattoo hurt extra bad while it was happening. Like at first it didn't hurt, then all of a sudden it's like, boom, okay, this hurts. It feels like someone's like cutting me with a knife over and over. But the cool thing is you don't have that weird like vibration that kind of puts your body into like shock. So I didn't get the like crazy sweats like I do when I've gotten other tattoos. And it heals like immediately. Like it was puffy for maybe a day afterwards, and then I forgot I had a tattoo. It never scabbed over. It was never super itchy. It just instantly healed. I think because they don't go as deep, so once it's gonna fade quicker and harder, like it's gonna get a lot lighter than my other tattoos, but I think they don't go as deep on your skin, and that's why it heals so quickly. It also takes a really long time, so you just kind of have to weigh the pros and cons. Takes longer, heals faster, depends on what you want. I love the style of it though. So here is a villa tour, because I meant to do it earlier in the trip, but we were just having too much fun, so I filmed it on my cell phone like as we were trying to leave. Welcome to my villa. I was gonna shoot this like MTV Cribs, but I forgot. Okay, so when you walk in the villa, you've got this giant door. That's for them to collect laundry, which is super expensive, of course. And then this is the ceiling. It's pretty high. It's kind of cool. We've got, and this is kind of messy in here. They organize our shoes for us every night. Got like dresser, safe. There's a sick closet. There's a ton of dark wood in here, which is really pretty. Then a desk with a big mirror. The bed, which is super comfy. Oh, the pillows are so nice. It's so fluffy. Got this like twine or bamboo or something kind of headboard. That's the bathroom, which I'll give you a tour of in a second. This is not all ours. They like gave us like all this crap in here because they want us to buy it, obviously. There's like all kinds of liquor and stuff in here, which we didn't buy. Wood flooring, obviously. And there's a sweet seating area. These cushions are super popular in Thailand. And outside, ton of greenery. And then we have a balcony. Let's check it out. It's super humid and hot right now. Got like a little seating thing, a little potted plant. Got a bench and table. So we've sat out here with music a couple times. You know, with drinks, just hanging out here, relaxing. Our view is just like more greenery. And then that's kind of what the outside of our villa looks like. That's one nearby. But yeah, this is the Rawi Warren Villa. It's pretty sweet. It's not cheap. It was like 4,800 baht a night. I love this hotel. It's gorgeous. The bathroom, these sweet giant sinks, huge mirror. This is like the toilet area. I don't know why, but it has a glass door. And of course, like a massive toilet, which is awesome. Then we have a bath, which is pretty large, and a shower. It's like a walk-in shower. And there's a rain shower. So much room for activities. I could literally live in that villa. I love it there. We had a really awesome time. The resort was gorgeous, so cushy. I felt like really like taken care of there. And then I felt like I was like out in the wild. It was just such a cool mixture of the two that I've never had before on a trip. We took a private car back to the airport, same way that we got there. So that was definitely more expensive than what I wanted to be paying. But it was we were kind of at the point where it's just like, whatever, just get us there. Like we just want the fastest, easiest way to get there. I don't want to figure out public transportation. And that's kind of like one of the ways we treated ourselves on our little makeup honeymoon. Overall, I cannot tell you how highly I think of Koh Lanta. I think it is incredible. I think that it is going to be a booming tourist place. I think it will be like Phuket eventually. It is a little more rural, so they're not quite as developed yet. I think as they get more tourism, they'll probably develop a little more. But be aware that the conditions of life there are still slightly more rural, so you're gonna come across bathrooms that are like outside, not like open, but like kind of open. You know, there's lots of like little lizards going around, so you kind of have to like that little wild environment to go there. But overall, highly recommended as this place to go for a vacation. Perfect for a honeymoon, perfect for couples. Stay at a resort, rent a scooter, watch the sunsets, chill out, get a coconut shake. The end. Thank you so much for watching. My next video is going to be all about Bangkok. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hey.